It's time for the final preparations to return to a country at war.
Yeah, I have my clothes there, but I don't know if they're left there or not. When I was coming back, I left them because I didn't know what exactly was situation in the border.
24-year-old Shashank Rana is getting ready to return to Ukraine, the country he left hastily at the start of the Russian invasion last February. With no more direct flights to get there, Shashank is going to make a long journey to rejoin the lecture halls of his university in Ivano-Frankivsk in western Ukraine.
I'm a bit happy and a bit nervous too because I have a long journey ahead. It's approximately 3 days.
After failing the Indian medical admission exam in 2019, Shashank chose Ukraine to fulfill his dream of becoming a doctor, a dream he doesn't want to sacrifice even in war.
Since I have given 3 years of my life in Ukraine, it's very hard to turn back to them and totally leave my degree and start something new. It's very hard for me.
Shashank will return to Ukraine even though it's still embroiled in battle. The region of Ivano-Frankivsk, where he studies, was recently hit by a salvo of missiles, and his family is worried.
We are a little bit scared and we are sad also. But let's see what happens next.
Shashank is an exception. Of the 18,000 Indian medical students who returned to India after the war began, less than 1,000 made the choice to return to Ukraine. Here in Patna, in the state of Bihar, we meet Mehtab Raza, a fourth-year medical student. His university is in the city of Sumy, only 70 kilometers from the Russian border. When the conflict began, he had to wait 10 days before being repatriated.
When we made these videos, one night before, an explosion happened near our hostel. After that, the electricity went out, and the water supply was cut off for 2 days. At the time, we faced many difficulties, and we had no idea what was in store for us, because we witnessed these events with our own eyes. We saw airstrikes.
Despite the risks to his safety, Mehtab is considering going back to Ukraine to finish his education. He's been home for 8 months, but the Indian government has refused all his requests to integrate his studies in Indian universities. They say that these students would not have met the prerequisites for medical training here.
We were hoping to return after a month or two, once the situation had returned to normal, and our government would provide us with a temporary solution for the duration of the war. My classmates and friends contacted the ministries, but their answer gave us the impression that for them, their duty was limited to repatriating us here, without trying to understand or find a solution to our problems.
Tuition in Ukraine for medical students is 4 times cheaper than private institutions in India. Stuck at an impasse, many of these students refuse to compromise on their goals.
Some people think that we should change courses now because it's already cost us a lot of money without being certain that we can graduate. But it would mean giving up on our dreams, and that's not easy to hear.
I went to Ukraine to become a doctor. In India, I got offers from private colleges, but I can't pay over 100,000 euros for 6 years of study. So I left. Everybody encouraged me to become a doctor, but now I feel like my hopes are dashed.
Several aspiring doctors have taken the case to the Indian Supreme Court. A hearing has been scheduled for the 1st of November. 5,800 kilometers away, Shashank has finally landed on Ukrainian soil after an arduous journey through Poland and Moldova. He's looking forward to hands-on classes. For students in the 4th year of medicine, in-person practice is essential. It's something he could not have done by staying in India.
Medicine field, it is itself very practical based. By seeing it in front of us, we get to remember it for a longer period of time.
Several Ukrainian universities, such as Ivano-Frankivsk, encourage foreign students enrolled in the East to come and study here in the more sheltered west of the country. Russia has also said that it's ready to welcome the Indian students whose fate is still uncertain in India.